glance at him when the brothers arrived, frowned to himself, then seemed to shrug it off. Whatever the Grimes boys were squabbling about, they'd been working on it when they pushed in through the barroom's batwing doors and couldn't seem to let it go. Not shouting, though. They were keeping their voices down, so Catlin couldn't make out much of what they said. Again, he didn't give a damn. As they'd arranged themselves around their table, Leland sat facing toward Catlin, Lucas on his right, and Lincoln to his left. When Catlin started giving Leland hard eyes from halfway across the room, it took a minute for the middle brother to pick up on it. But then he lost track of whatever Lucas had to say, giving Catlin a cold stare of his own. Another minute passed that way, before Leland inquired, "You want something, mister?" "I do," Catlin replied, right hand already on his Colt below his table. All three Grimes brothers faced him now, regarding him with different measures of hostility. Leland said, "Yeah? And what might that be?" "Money," Catlin said. Leland tried smiling but fell short. "You want some change, then? Is that it?" "I took him for a bum right off," Lucas chimed in. "I'm thinking bigger money," Catlin said. By then, he had his holster's hammer thong released, his fingers curled around the Colt's curved butt, thumb on its hammer. "Getting greedy, and we ain't even been introduced," said Lincoln Grimes, making his brothers snort and chuckle. "Not your money," Catlin said, correcting him. "And if it was, so what? You won't be needing anywhere you're going." "What is that supposed to mean?" asked Leland, past seeing the humor in their repartee. "The three of you have decent money on your heads," Catlin replied. "Thought I might help myself to that." Slow minds required another heartbeat to connect on that and start reacting. When they did, all three Grimes brothers bolted to their feet as one, tipping their table over, whiskey bottle shattering on impact with the floor. Hands dipped toward guns, liquor hampering their speed. Catlin kicked over his own table, using it for cover as he drew and cocked his Colt. The pistol weighed a tad under 3 pounds, was 14 inches long, and 8 of that was barrel. He shot Lincoln first, 2 guns being the greatest threat, and saw blood spout out of a chest wound just an inch or so off target for the heart. The elder Grimes went over backward, howling, pistols spilling from his hands and clattering across the barroom's floor. His brothers didn't seem to notice, focused as they were on clearing leather with their own smoke poles while time remained. But not much. His second shot plugged Leland through the left shoulder and spun him off to that side, traveling 640 feet per second, striking with 207 foot-pounds of explosive energy. It didn't make the middle brother drop his weapon, though. As Lincoln was reeling, he squeezed off a shot that punched through one of the saloon's front windows. On the street, a woman screamed. Catlin had no time to consider that if he intended to survive. Lucas was lining up his shot, Leland still on his feet but unsteady, with his back turned toward the enemy as Catlin fired again. At first, he thought he'd missed and only knocked the final Grimes boy's hat off, but then Catlin saw a chunk of skull was airborne with it. Lucas folded like an empty suit of clothes as he collapsed. Lincoln down and jiggling through his death throes, left only Leland fit for battle, if you stretched a point. Turning to face Catlin again, the middle brother saw both of his siblings lying dead or close to it, and a howl of rage ripped from his throat, eclipsing the prior sounds of pain. His pistol wavered toward its target as the sole surviving Grimes shouted, "Son of a—" Catlin fired his fourth shot, got it right that time, and stillness fell over the last chance battlefield. It took another moment, his ears still ringing from gunfire, before he picked up sounds of female weeping from somewhere outside. Long strides propelled him toward the shattered window, where he saw a woman kneeling on the sidewalk, gingham fabric pulled around her, sobbing as she clutched the limp form of a child to her bosom. A little boy, he saw, blood smeared across his forehead, but no longer pulsing from the bullet wound that set it free. A portly man was rushing toward the scene, propelled by legs too slender for the rest of his physique. A tin star on his vest explained the 6-gun in his hand. Catlin holstered his